Hey guys, so I'm gonna do this install a little different today. I'm gonna do a story time. I'm gonna give you the drop, the T, the 411. So now I'm gonna put my disclaimer out there now. If you hear a story and it sound like you in it, it's cause you in it. It's about you. I'm telling everybody what you did to me. So if you don't like how you sound in the story, then you shouldn't have did it. Because I will be telling the truth, the hard truth, and nothing but the truth. So I'm going to tell you a time where one of my, at the time, best friends, her man tried to talk to me. You know, I'm not going to lie. Almost every best friend that I've ever had, I've had this experience. Like, the guys they like me, the guys that they talk to would inbox me or try to write me or, try to link up with me. Or sometimes it would be plain as day right in their face. So we're going to rewind back. I was a young thing, you feel me? And I was 19 at the time, and I used to get in clubs, like with my real ID, no fake ID, baddie shot o'clock. One thing about me, the lifestyle that I've always lived, like I've been lived. So a lot of girls get this like fake aesthetic of like bougie, I'm it. Or they date like one guy that spend a little coin on them and then they think they a baddie. Like, no, babe, we been doing this. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this, baby. Like, I feel like all girls from New York, we all stars. No matter of fact, all girls from big cities, like all girls in general, you are the prize. It is nothing for you to get a man to do the right thing by you. Like, you're a baddie, you're supposed to know that. Let your confidence speak volumes. What you think of yourself is the only thing that matters. But back from my motivational speech, back into the tea. So yeah, girl, let me tell you how. So, this was one of my, I'm going to change names because I don't want anybody to blatantly put them out there. But, it is what it is. So, I'm going to call this one girl, her name was Peaches. Me and Peaches were super cool. We grew up together. I had moved and then moved back. And I knew her for a really long time. So it's like, no matter where I've ever lived or where I moved, me and Peaches were super cool. That was my bestie, my homegirl. We used to be brutally honest with each other. Like, when I had gained some weight, she was like, girl, you getting fat. I feel like I really liked her because she was super honest. Like, we always kept it really honest with each other. But Peaches was dating this man. And when I tell you, he was the worst of the worst. He cheated on her all the time. It was draining being that best friend sometimes because it's like, damn, I don't want to hear this all the time. But anyway, so I was working, I worked at Macy's and I was doing hookah service too. Like, I was starting my bottle service career or whatever. So why she ends up dating a man that owns clubs. Everything is all cool. I get the job. I'm working for them. Me and her, I got her doing it too. We having a great time. Just being grand, baddie. I'm all chocolate. You feel me? She's vanilla. We are lit. Well, she more like caramel. That was my caramel fat pet. But anyway, so one night, the club is closing. First of all, I was in Queens. I really lived in Brooklyn. So I was like, but I was close to the Bell Parkway. So, if you drive, that's only like 15, maybe 20 minutes. But if you don't, like, what are you supposed to do? Take the bus to the train? You want me, or take the train to the bus, better yet. So I'm supposed to go to Jamaica Ave. You feel me? Take the train all the way to Broadway and Junction, then transfer, and then take the train to Euclid or Grant, and then take the B14 or 15, and then still have to walk. Like, no, that was too much. So she had left the club early, but she texted my phone. She's like, hey, boo, stay at the club. He's going to take you home. Now, I had red flags going up like crazy because at the time I was in the most toxic relationship in the world, which is another story for another day. But he was just a mess. He was just a wreck, and he used to always just ruin my life. So I'm like, I already got toxic number one in the corner. So I'm like, damn, I don't want to go home and he see me getting out of this man's car and start acting violent. And then I'm just like, I noticed that her man, he used to talk to everything moving in the club. At first, I told her everything. But then it came to a point where it's like, girl, I'm telling you stuff and now you jeopardizing my job. And yeah, we cool, but she even said, Bree, don't tell me everything. So you know what? I didn't tell her nothing. So anyway, she like, wait in the club. He gonna take you home. I knew I shouldn't have did it. So girl, everybody's leaving out the club. It's like 4 a.m. You feel me? I'm cleaning out all the hookahs. I'm soaking the water. I'm getting everything ready for the next night. I'm putting all the flavor away, cleaning the ashes. So now I'm downstairs in the basement area. Why does this man, I'm going to call him Wizard Kelly. Why does Wizard Kelly come downstairs and he going to ask me? You won't believe what he asked me. I don't even know if I could tell you what he asked me without YouTube trying to ban my video. But you know what? If you are a child, cover your ears. But if you are a grown woman, lean in. Because, bitch, he asked me, when's the last time that I had a man lick on my flesh? Oh, and not my flesh, my fruit, my creme de la creme, my center, my, you feel me, my pink chocolate. Like, he said that to me. So now I'm like, boom, 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 boom. My heart is racing because I just would have never expected him to ask me anything like this. And then, ding, 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 he's my best friend's man. Like, this is not no regular best friend. Like, okay, when I got older in life, I started calling everybody my best friend. Oh, you drink with me? We drink, best friend? No, like a real best friend. Like, this was like my soul sister. Like, I loved her to death. Like, and her man asked me that. So now I'm like, oh my God. The first thing that runs through my head is like, out of about 10 years of friendship, we've never had problems. Like, she's one of my only friends that I've never had problems with guys or nothing. Any friend after her, all the time. But her, I never had that problem with her. So I'm like, oh my gosh, should I tell her? Then I'm like, what if she doesn't believe me? Because this man just had a way of just manipulating her and just getting her to believe anything he said. It was crazy. She believed everything he said all the time, even over me. Like, there was a situation, I came downstairs and I walked in on him having sex with another girl. I saw it behind the curtain. He was in the VIP section. He had like a curtain pulled out and he was having sex with another woman behind the curtain. I told her that and she still stayed with him. Actually, I don't honestly even think she believed me because she started acting funny with me for like, I want to say a month. Like, not answering the phone, not answering my calls, not really calling me. So I guess she got mad that I told her that. So anyway, now I'm like, oh my God. The way he positioned himself, I was sitting and he came like behind me and I turned around. And then he was like hovering over me. So I like backed up. And then he was just like, when's the last time you had a man lick on your Oochie, Wally Wally? And I was like, what are you talking about? And bitch, I ran upstairs. I ran my ass upstairs. And I was extremely I was kind of scared too. Because I'm like, oh my God. The first thing that popped in my mind was, he's gonna take it. Like, what if he does something to me? Like, I don't know. I was scared. And like I said, I'm like, damn, what am I gonna do? So, now crazy psychopath lunatic is calling my phone. And I'm trying to figure out, why are you up? It is 4 o'clock in the morning. Why are you up? Go to bed. You know, he ain't have no job. So, like, all he had, his life's work was to harass me. And he was a grown man. So I'm just trying to figure out, like, go get a job. Go get a job. What are you doing? Why are you bothering me? You know how you got, like, that crazy ex that you don't want to be with, but that won't leave you alone. Like, he was crazy. He was trying to pretend he would commit suicide. All types of weirdo games he would play. He was the worst. Like, it didn't get no worse than him. But anyway, he calling my phone now. I'm like, oh, here we go. Here we go. My phone's ringing. Wizard Kelly sees my phone is ringing. He like, oh, the Uber's about to come. So now I'm confused. Like, the Uber's going to come, but she told me to wait for you to take me. So guess who starts to call me? She does. So now she calling me. So I answer the first ring. I'm like, hey, boo, before I could say anything, she like, oh, he's going to call an Uber for you, but I'm going to stay on the phone with you the whole time because I don't want nothing to happen to you. Guys, I'm like, does this make me a bad friend? Because what is going on? So I'm like, all right. Now I texted her. I'm like, boo, when I get in the Uber, we have to talk. I wanted to tell her as soon as I got in the Uber because I knew he would be in the club. So I knew he couldn't try to go run and whatever games he used to play, I knew he couldn't manipulate her. And she would, she would hear my side first and she would know I'm not lying to her. So I get in the Uber. I'm in the Uber. I'm telling her everything. I'm like, yo, I'm not going to lie. Your man just asked me a weirdo question. Like, he asked me when the last time I had somebody go down on me. Like, and he was telling me, he was complimenting me too. Like, he told me I was beautiful. And like, he was being kind of weird. So she like, wait, what? He asked you what? I'm going to call you back. Now it went from I'm going to stay on the phone with you to make sure you're okay to I'm going to call you back. They get the arguing, yada, 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 yada. And I'm like, damn, I'm about to just get a new job. I'm going to work for another venue. I'm going to leave him alone. So, bro, I'm in a cab, long ride home, all the way to Brooklyn. And he calls me. So I didn't answer. And she called me, so I answered. And she was like, what did he say to you? I'm like, look, he called me right now. I'm not going to lie. So she FaceTimed me so that she could see I was in the Uber. And I could see she was home alone. She like, yo, I'm so tired of him. So then she goes on to tell me a story about there was other girls that we had befriended. She got closer to them than I did. I did not really care for them. I kind of was looking at them like hungry tigers. They're the type of girls that would sleep with your man and not say anything. Come to find out, that's exactly what was going on. She found out he was sleeping with the bartender. He was sleeping with the promoters. Like, he basically was sleeping with all these other girls and giving them money and everything. So she breaks down. She's on the phone with me. I'm like, oh, my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't even want to be in the middle of this. I knew that this was going to be a whole thing. I'm like, look, boo, I'm going to stop working at that event. We could just hit the other spots, leave him alone. Now, they had broke up for a couple months, but then she ended up getting back together with him. And she went through this cycle for like a couple years. It was ridiculous. At first, he wouldn't even speak to me. Like, he'll be so rude. But it's like, how you rude to me? Because you asked me if you could eat my dessert. Like, no. But I didn't care about that. I did not care. Because at the end of the day, that was my homegirl. That's my friend. Like, I don't care about. But I did want her to leave him because I just felt like, it caused weird energy. And then, like, why would you even want to be with a man that just did that? Because that is a final straw for me. That you do something like that, we're done. I'm not forgiving you. Like, my friend, like, you trying to talk to my homegirl, like, oh, no, we're done. So she went through that life cycle with him. I don't know why. And I end up leaving toxic crazy too. Because let me tell you how I'm coming home. I'm in the elevator because, I lived in the projects. I ain't gonna lie. So I'm coming home. While I'm taking the elevator to the 6th floor. I live on one side. He lives on another. I live by the A train. He lived by the 3. Why the elevator stopped? Doo, doo. guess what floor? On the 3rd floor. I'm like, huh? It's 4 in the morning. And if I'm going up, why would it let somebody get on to go up to take him back down? But whatever. Open up the door. It's his crazy, lunatic, psychotic ass. So I'm like, yeah, here we go. So, oh, where you at? Crying, doing all this shit. I'm like, oh my God, he was thinking about it so bad. So I ended up leaving him alone. Well, finally, he ended up leaving me alone. I had to, like, leave the world, like, fall off from the world because how obsessed he was with me. It was ridiculous. But we were both in bad toxic relationships at that time, and we were both young, so I'm so glad we're both out of that. But the way that ended was I did end up telling her, but she just stayed in a relationship with him anyway. And you know what I learned from that? Like, especially now that I'm older, do not go around nobody's man. You know, I was too trusting. And I really thought that, you know, he would never pull that because he knew me and her were best friends forever. But don't ever put nothing past your man, a man, that man, the man. So I just don't even put myself in situations like that. When it comes to girls and their men, I'm not your friend. I'm not your sis. You're not my bro. Same thing with my man. My man is not the man of the group. Like, you worry about your expenses and your things, and I will worry about ours. And ladies, don't be a dummy.com. Like, some girls, their ego is so big that it won't even allow them to receive the truth. Don't ever think that you better than or you look better than. Don't do a secret competition with a female because you might be surprised you're losing. Sometimes you think, or you allow these men, because I'm sure he did, to gas her up. He used to say things all the time like, I don't even like dark girls. And then that's what he proposed. That's the position that he proposed to me. So don't let these men pit you against your homegirls and your friends to stroke your ego. At the end of the day, we're women. We're supposed to stick together. Now, I do know that there are some treacherous snakes upon the grass. However, ye is not me. I don't get down like that. And I wish blessings, love, and peace to all of you ladies and all of your friendships. But don't ever allow your ego to, you know, block you from the truth. Because I feel like if she didn't let him play so many mind games, they wouldn't have been together that long. And ultimately, it did end up, you know, later down the line affecting our friendship. And this is the final look. I literally love it. I just look so tropical. It's giving good genes. It's giving my mama's side of the family. You feel me? I tried something new in my makeup, and I love it too. I just feel like I look like a Bratz doll. And thank you guys for watching my video so much. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys for listening to my story time. And there's going to be more to come. Look at that. Bye.